In this video, we will understand why fine-tuning LLM requires so much GPU memory and how LoRA and QLoRA make fine-tuning large models possible on much smaller GPUs. A pre-trained model already knows a lot. Fine-tuning takes that general knowledge and adapts it to a particular task, style, or domain. So, what exactly changes during fine-tuning? At its core, an LLM is a large collection of learnable parameters, primarily weight matrices and bias terms, that define the model's behavior. A 7 billion parameter model contains roughly 7 billion trainable values. During backpropagation, the model computes gradients for these parameters, and the optimizer uses those gradients to update the weights, gradually minimizing the loss and adapting the model to the new task. So, how is a single weight actually stored? It's not stored as a plain decimal number. Instead, it's represented as a set of bits using a floating point format. With FP32, each weight takes 4 bytes, while FP16 takes just 2 bytes. So if we have a 7 billion parameter model, that's roughly 28 gigabytes in FP32 or 14 gigabytes in FP16, and that's just to store the weights. Training stores far more than just the model weights. You also need memory for gradients, optimizer states, and the intermediate values, called activations, that are produced as data passes through each layer of the network. That's why a model that fits comfortably on a GPU for inference may not fit on that same GPU when you try to train it. With full fine-tuning, every parameter is trainable. A rough estimate is about 16 bytes per parameter, roughly 112 gigabytes for a 7 billion model. That easily needs multiple high-memory GPUs. So don't train them all. Freeze the whole model and add one tiny trainable component beside it. That's LoRA, low-rank adaptation. We only learn the small adapter. LoRA is cheap because there are no gradients or optimizer states for the frozen 7 billion. We still store the base weights, but the trainable part is tiny, so the job can fit on a single 24 gigabyte GPU. But there's still one problem with LoRA. We still have to store the entire base model in GPU memory. That's where quantization comes in. Instead of storing every weight using as many bits, we represent them with fewer, going from FP32 to FP16 to int8 and even int4. You give up some numerical precision, but you can dramatically reduce the memory needed to store the model, while modern quantization techniques keep the impact on model quality surprisingly small. QLoRA combines both. Store the frozen base model in 4-bit and train a LoRA adapter on top. LoRA reduces how much we train. The quantization reduces how much memory the model occupies. QLoRA does both. The goal is the same in all three cases. Adapt the model to your data. The difference is how much GPU memory you need to get there. Full fine-tuning is the most expensive. LoRA cuts the memory requirement significantly, and QLoRA takes it even further. Keep two questions in mind. What do we train, and how do we store the model? LoRA answers the first. We freeze the base model and train only a small adapter. Quantization answers the second. We store the model using fewer bits to save memory. Put the two together and you get QLoRA, a quantized, frozen base model with a small trainable LoRA adapter. In short, full fine-tuning changes everything. LoRA trains a small adapter. Quantization reduces memory. QLoRA combines both. Adapt the model without breaking the bank.